Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female.
It's funny how, for a long time, things don't change. Life becomes so routine. And then there's that one day when everything changes for better or worse, and things never go back to the way they used to be. It would be great if we could anticipate these days and somehow prepare for them, but they often catch us off guard. It's always great when it's something wonderful, but when it's bad news, it's often very bad news, and there's no way to reverse it. I remember the day I was admitted into a mental hospital for the first time, like a nightmare I am still unable to escape. That night, I tried to fall asleep and couldn't. Around 3 a.m., I decided to take a shower, and while I was taking a shower, I lost my eyesight for a brief time. My eyes were completely open, but I couldn't see anything. In front of them was something like the beginning of the Matrix, with a stream of neon green numbers streaming up and down in different directions. I kept trying to blink it away, but nothing changed. I decided to get out of the shower. I imagined the layout of my bathroom and felt my way out of the shower. I was even able to grab my towel without seeing anything, and then suddenly, my eyesight was back. I was shaken, but relieved. I decided to lay back down and try to fall asleep again. I never fell asleep. I couldn't keep my eyes shut. I just kept blinking. Around 7 a.m., I set out to tell my professors that I wasn't feeling well and I needed to take a break for a few days. I knew something was seriously wrong with me and I felt that rest would fix it. I never thought of just going to the infirmary. I thought I could fix it myself. And that belief sent me on a very long journey that day that ended with me in a mental hospital. My life changed permanently. Flash forward to today. Sleep is a top priority of mine. It's the main reason I keep taking my medication. I know once I go too long without sleep, then the mania will creep in, and then the psychosis will pop up, and then the depression will dig itself in and make itself comfortable in my body. And then I will be in a cycle of a possible hospital stay and change of meds. I do not get caught up in the belief that that was a long time ago and it would probably never happen to me again. I'm not willing to take the risk. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And things are not like they once were. Sad to say, great doctors are hard to come by. And I believe it took great doctors to get me to this point. Type 1 bipolar depression in full remission. Even I couldn't believe that diagnosis when I read it on my slip to get my blood work over 10 years ago. No one told me there was such a thing as being in remission from a mental illness. I think I would have liked it a lot if someone told me that while I was very sick. Sometimes just a little bit of hope can make a big difference in how people feel about themselves. It would have made me feel a lot better to know that I could reach a point where I would exist in a state other than the height of illness and thrive. I could have made a lot of different decisions that day, but I don't think any of them would have resulted in me not ending up in a mental hospital. I needed professional help. It's hard to admit sometimes that we need doctors and that medicine is good for us, especially when you hear stories of people who don't even get treated and their lives appear on the outside to be fine. But I'm glad I ended up in a mental hospital. It removed me from the real world for a significant amount of time, but in the long run, it's given me back time because I ultimately get to live my life as a person free of any major mental health issues. There's no cure for bipolar disorder, and there are many ways to cope with the symptoms. But if you're living with a mental illness, you don't have to settle or accept the status quo. Seek the level of health you desire, one that gives you time to enjoy your life and peace of mind. I held on to the faith of a healthy future for myself, and that faith has brought me a mighty long way.
Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female.